today with my friend Kairi.
Hello guys!
And we're gonna tell you some things that you should know before coming to Estonia.
That are very, very important.
Yeah, but first, who are you?
I'm Kate, I'm also a YouTuber and I'm from Estonia like she is, and I'm also doing YouTube in English like she is, so...
Yeah, so she's another Estonian YouTuber who speaks English, but if you watch her videos, you can get some good ideas about like who Estonians are. But let's go to the main topic of today, and we wanted to tell you about the things that you should know before coming here and things that you might not even think of looking out for.
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have some weird things here that you have to do when you come, so...
Yeah, so one of the first things that's really weird actually, but it's understandable, but it's kind of like you don't know that you should look for that information, which is you need to wear a reflector when it's dark season, so from autumn till like mid-spring.
Basically, yeah. When it's dark outside like it is right now, during winter you have to have a reflector, otherwise you may get a fine.
Yeah,
And
like I don't know anyone who's got fine, but it's
crucial for your own life. I mean, it's so dark here, especially during winter, that it makes sense to wear a reflector, so come prepared.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more darker here than in some bigger cities around the world, like really dark. Anyways, the next thing is you need to follow the traffic rules. We are a nation who likes to follow the rules.
Yes, very rarely we do. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a pedestrian or you're driving around, we all try to at least behave very correctly. So even if there are no cars and you're a pedestrian and you have a red light, you literally stand and wait till it goes green.
Yeah, that never happens in the UK. We're not even talking about South Korea. I mean, like red light doesn't mean much in UK or like South Korea. That's my experience. But every time I come back home, I'm like standing and everybody's standing and there's no cars. I'm like, seriously? Like this is like the small, it's not even a big road and people would still stand. I'm like, are you serious?
That's the proper thing to do. Sometimes even when I think that, okay, I'm just gonna cross, then I see maybe a little kid that's waiting also. I'm like, okay, I can't be a bad example. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But yeah, you need to follow the rules. And also another thing, when you cross the crossing, then the cars usually stop. So that's because they are legally required to do that. So if they don't do that, they can get fined. And if you're used to with cars that never give you away, then it's really weird. It's like, because I live abroad right now, every time I come back, it's so surprising and I can't trust the car driver. I'm like, can I really cross? They like, I see them coming and far away, they already stop, and I'm like, oh, I can cross.
I know that look. Every single time I drive by like the harbor or something, the tourists are looking at me like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why did you stop?
Yeah, and
that's what you're supposed to do.
It's very Estonian, I think. I haven't really seen it other places I've been to, but like, it's like embarrassingly precise. Like really, people really follow this rule very well. Unless you really appear
out of nowhere and slippery or something like that.
Yeah, so don't do that.
And the other thing is actually you cannot ride a bike across the crossway. Yeah, you definitely have to get off the bike and cross it then.
Yeah, you have to get off the bike. If you get into an accident because you were on the bike crossing the road,
it's your fault.
No, it's your fault. You may die, but it was your fault. In Estonia, you can pay by card pretty much anywhere.
Oh yeah, I haven't had cash with me for 2 years at least.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful of what it was in
American Express. That's the one card that they really don't like that much, but other than that, MasterCard and Visa work perfectly.
Yeah, so no need to carry a lot of cash unless you go into like a really touristy place and you want to buy from the street and stuff like that. But even then
they have, even on the streets we have like terminals, because our bank systems all like have these small little devices that you can use. So
Yeah.
even pop-up stores have a card payment way.
So most of the times it's no problem at all. And also, we don't have any charge fee if you pay very small amounts. Like yesterday, we paid 16 cents by card. So it's ridiculously small. But when you're in the UK, like if it's under £5 or something, usually you pay extra money.
Yeah.
Or even when you take money out from the ATM, even then sometimes you have to pay in England. I've never seen that in Estonia.
Nah, if you're an Estonian taking money out, then nope.
Yeah.
Unless you're using some other bank's ATM, then they might take some money from you. But
Yeah, but it always tells
you don't need to take out cash unless you're gonna take the public transport. Then you might need cash because they do not like cards.
Yeah, public transport is no for
Yeah.
cards.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but taxis are fine, right?
Taxis are
Taxis
fine.
you can
Card, credit card number, everything.
swipe to whatever you like.
Yeah.
Talking about taxis, Taxify and Uber work perfectly fine.
Taxify is basically the Estonian version of Uber, and we had it here before we had Uber.
Yeah.
So a lot of people use Taxify, but it doesn't matter which one of these apps you use, just use one of them, because if you take a taxi from the street and you're a tourist, they might hassle you, take too much money from you, so
Yeah, so
Safer.
it's always better to order your taxi
through that.
through some ways. Even if you just call a taxi company, that saves you money, right?
Yeah, even if you call a taxi company, but do you know the numbers? So it's easier
Yeah.
to just have that,
If
especially
you have the apps already.
because it's
quicker.
even if you have like a complaint or anything, they can always look back on your transactions. So it's just a
Yeah.
safer way, especially for tourists.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. Another thing that is really good to know is the famous free public transportation in Tallinn, which is not so free after all.
Unless you're a citizen.
Exactly. You have to be a registered Tallinn citizen to be able to use the free public transportation. If you are from a different city,
Or haven't registered, even if you're living here.
a foreigner who comes for a holiday, then you need to pay for your public transportation. And one of the safest ways would be just to buy the ticket in the bus, because it changes so often that every time I come back, it has changed. Although you don't really need to take buses often here because the distances are small. Estonia is pretty small.
Yeah.
So don't worry too much about that.
The only city you're probably going to need transportation is maybe Tallinn.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to the sides of Tallinn. But if you're here for tourism purposes, then you're probably going to stick in like 3 regions, which are really small, and you can basically walk anywhere.
It's
and
like
if it's
very central.
and if it's the summer, then just take a bike.
Yeah.
Our bike lanes
Cycle.
aren't the best, but we're getting there. We're getting there slowly, and it's just a better way to experience the city than taking the public transport. So
Another thing about the public transportation is that you need to have spare change, because when you're buying the bus tickets on the bus, like last time I bought the ticket, there was no change to give back, so I paid more than I had to for my ticket. So that's the only time when you need change. So don't take it. Just don't take it. Then you don't have to take any money out.
yeah.
Okay, but another thing that is really good to know is that there's a lot of vegan options out there. Like when you go to a restaurant, they have a whole section of food for vegan food, and it became popular within like past 3 years.
Yeah, we're very trendy people. We're trying to keep up to date with our Finnish neighbors who are very good at vegan and vegetarian options. So we're slowly getting there. The restaurants all have very good selections. In stores, we do have like different sections for it, but it's kind of pricey if you're a vegan or a vegetarian. So
it can get pricey, but there is a selection.
Yeah.
Like this is one thing that I really like about Estonia. Although things can get pricey, they actually have a good selection of stuff. Not having like a lot of one thing in the shop, but rather having a bit less but bigger selection. And I really enjoy that. Something to be careful of is that sometimes they put like the farm produce next to the vegan stuff, so you can have actual dairy and meat products very close to that area. So make sure that
you check the label.
Yeah, just double check the label, and with also with the restaurants, you need to double check with them. Sometimes they just use lactose-free dairy milk, so it's still dairy. If you have problems like allergy like I have, then maybe avoiding that would be a good option as well.
Yeah, because like we said, we're getting there, but we're not quite there. So double check, and because we're trying to get the system going, but it's still taking a bit of time.
Yeah, and if you're talking to the waitress or waiter, then just smile and don't be rude. Just be kind, because they are people and they will want to help you as well. So they're not there to like tell you no. They'll do as much as they can. So smile. Another interesting fact is that Estonians can usually speak more than just Estonian language.
Yeah, because we're such a small nation, there's like 1.2 million of us, so if we would only speak Estonian, it would be kind of sad. There's not a lot of people to talk to.
Yeah, so a lot of people like in our age are really good at English. So just... no. But there's a lot of people who are good at speaking English and really good at conversation level, but also like really good in written language. So usually you can get away with English. But if you want to speak Russian or German, then the safest bet is to ask the older generation.
Yeah.
Because I learned Russian for ages, but I had no Russian friends. Hence, I can only say that the sun is shining and my name is Lisa, and that's it.
Yeah, but we do learn a lot of languages. We start with English in the 3rd grade.
Yeah,
with
well,
Russian.
it depends. I started in my second year,
Second
but
year, okay.
some people started in the 1st year. Before they even knew how to write Estonian, they started learning English.
So in school we learn English, Russian, and one more language, usually.
Well, usually it's like mixed. You can choose Russian or German. Some schools is French as well.
Oh, yeah,
so there's a variety of languages going on all over the place.
They're very multilingual.
And when you go to the shops, not that you should do that, but people probably can help you if you approach them in very easy Finnish. Not that we have really learned Finnish, but we just picked up some because it's very close to our language. And most Finnish people just come and speak Finnish to us, and we just need to understand, which is, it's kind of like, some people really hate this. So if you are a Finnish person, make sure that you will make an effort to speak in a language that we can actually speak, rather than just approaching somebody in Finnish and telling them that you need to understand us. So yeah, but Finnish is also like, especially in the service sector, a lot of people can understand some level of Finnish. Yeah, because it's very close. Yeah, and I mean I can speak a little bit of Korean. You get the odd one out. So there's a lot. What I'm saying is that people speak a lot of languages and more than just one language. I don't know an Estonian who can't speak more than one language.
Neither do I.
Yeah. So that's for the languages. Another very interesting thing is that the public toilets cost money. Like pretty much anywhere you go, you have to pay for it, or like it's inside a restaurant and coffee shop and you wouldn't really go in there. Like I know even like McDonald's and stuff, it's kind of like you have to buy something and then you get like the code, and so people have to pay for it.
It kind of makes sense because we want to keep our toilets like clean, and you do need people to actually go and clean it, so you do need to pay them money, so it kind of makes sense. And it's not like expensive, it's just a couple of cents usually. Or
I know that it costs 30 cents at Tallinn Bussiam.
Okay,
so the
30 cents is not going to bankrupt you, but you're going to get a better experience than if it were free. So
although my experience with free bathrooms around the world have been very nice.
Oh, you've been very lucky in that case.
Yeah, so for me it's kind of like, but in Korea they have like millions of people, the toilets are clean and it's free and it's every corner. But yeah, there's not that many public toilets and they usually cost money. So do think before you leave house. Go to that toilet before you leave house. Yeah, that's a very important thing to know. So another important thing that we need to talk about is how to get a phone number, especially if you come for a longer time. It's really useful to have a phone number. Actually, even if you come for like 1 week, getting a top-up SIM card is really simple and easy. They sell them pretty much anywhere. It's all over the place. Like you've got the RTOs, gas stations, food shops usually have some. They keep hold on some.
Yeah, and you simply pay, insert it in your phone, and you can use it.
Yeah, but when you get it first, you have some pre-charged, like you have some money on it. You pay that money in advance, of course. That's the cost of the SIM card. But so you can make calls and stuff before. But if you want to use the internet and everything, which is really cheap, like in UK, I pay like £10 for 1 gigabyte for 1 month. But here, €10 gives you unlimited speed as well. But I guess like after a certain amount of usage, they will reduce your speed. But what I'm saying is that it's really cheap to get internet on your phone, like
and we do
4G.
actually have good Wi-Fi also in most places, but to be sure, you can always get your SIM.
Yeah, it's really cheap and it's easy to do as well. You can get the startup SIM package, and you can put it in your phone and then follow the instructions. They are in English as well and some other languages as well. And then if you have access to internet at all, you can also go to their website and do like top up from there. Usually you can also buy like top up cards from shops, and then you can like scratch the card, call the number or whatever the card tells you to do. So there's always a way, or you can also like call a service number and do it that way. So there's definitely a way how you can top up and order a preferred package for yourself as well. So for example, if you just come for 1 week and want 1 gigabyte, the one I'm using cost me €5. So, and you get like free calls and texts as well. So it's a really good deal. So in Estonia, phone is very cheap. UK, Korea, in my experience, very expensive. And like you don't need any national insurance number to sign up for a phone number. Like I think in Korea that was very complicated. So it's very simple. You come off the plane, buy the SIM, put it in, and you're off. You're ready to go.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, simple. So another fun thing we have, or fun fact, is that the winters are dark and summers are light. Yeah, so
it's kind of depressing right now because you go to work and it's dark. You come back from work, it's dark. You literally have like 3-4 hours of light, and
maybe a bit more than like 6
no,
hours.
seriously, no. On some days you do, so it's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
But summers are like you can have sunlight for almost 24 hours, which is super nice.
Yeah, it's really. We love that when we have a lot of sun, but actually I met some people who actually didn't like that, that in the summer sun never really sets. It does set for like 3 hours. And there's like one night, Midsummer Eve, when sun never sets, but it's really light. So if you are really light sensitive, maybe take your
face blanket,
something with you that you can sleep well. But in the winter time, around 3:30, you can expect it to get dark.
Very dark.
Especially if you come before Christmas. After Christmas, it starts getting lighter and lighter and lighter until Midsummer Eve, and then it starts getting darker and darker and darker and darker and darker. So be prepared. If you need the light time, then you have to really wake up early in the winter time.
Yeah, and even if you wake up too early, it's going to be dark. So if you really want to see the city and the country, then during winter time you really don't have that much time to actually do it. So come during summer.
Yeah, and also people are very different during the winter and summer.
Yeah, we're kind of depressed because we're lacking sunshine. We kind of need the deep
sunshine when she's gone. But seriously, in the summertime, people are like different. Like
you have
from
so much
different
more
planets.
energy. You have so much more energy because of the sunlight.
We never sleep. You just like run around like crazy, going from one event to another, to like night museums, and then like it's insane. It's so much fun in the summertime. Yeah, come in the summer. Estonia is more than just Tallinn.
Which a lot of people seem to not know, because everybody comes and visits Tallinn for like 3 days and they're like, okay, I'm done with Estonia. That was nice.
Yeah, but actually, if you really want to see the nature, which Estonia is famous for, like more than half of Estonia is covered by forests.
Yeah.
So,
And we're actually going through a reforestation phase. We're getting more and more forests around. And
which is like so funny. A lot of people are really like, don't cut down the forest. I'm like, but we have so much forest.
But it's good to have it. I mean, we have beautiful marshes and bogs and so on, and there are so many like small cities also. Like aside from Tallinn, we have Tartu, which is the university town, which is
also
awesome.
a capital.
Yeah, kind of a capital.
It's like culture, education,
culture. I think cultural capital.
Yeah, cultural capital.
Yeah, and we have Pärnu, which is the summer capital.
Hometown, which is the summer capital. Like I'm obviously summer biased. So definitely there's a lot more to see than just Tallinn, but also like go out and see the wetlands, the bogs, the forest. And to help you with that, there's a really good website. Of course, visit estonia.com, but you also have, that's com, right?
.com, yeah.
Yeah. But you also have like our national forest website, which is rmk.ee. So EE for Estonia. And if you put English, you can go on like the track site where you can find the walking paths around the nature. And like if you go to some of the wetlands, the bogs, the marshes, whatever you want to call them, marshmallow would be nice. But they're amazing, and if you go there during the sunrise, I know you went not too long ago.
I've been there a couple of times, yeah. The first time I went to a bog, actually, I was 27 years old, which is like, I was really late to the party, and now I've been so many times because it was so amazing, and all the roads or like the paths are really well signed, so you're not going to get lost. It's really easy to go around, and you can even like, if you don't have a car or anything, you can take the bus from the city center, go to the drop-off spot and just start walking from there and come back with the bus also. So.
Yeah, but you could also rent a car really cheaply. I know that's quite cheap here. My brother always told me like, oh, it's so easy, so cheap, and you can get like the electrical cars and like you can like it's doable. So go out there and enjoy the nature, and it's not just Tallinn and Tallinn's old town, which is awesome. Beautiful, it's very beautiful, UNESCO World Heritage, but
you can go through it in like 2-3 days. So
and every time I come back, it's beautiful. It is really beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, Tallinn has amazing spots, but it's not just that. It's also the nature out there, the other cities. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So go and see. Go and explore. Another thing is that we are not that cold and angry and scary people. Yeah.
We're just precautious a bit, but once you get to know us, like give us an hour to get to know you, and then we're really friendly and nice and open. And the younger generation is more open to tourists, and the older generation is more cautious. But yeah, we are actually really warm and nice people. We're just precautious. So in the beginning we might seem a bit cold and distant, but
but that's what's kept alive.
Yes, that's kept us alive. So
so we try to take our time with people. We don't fall in love with like a first sight. I mean, I'm talking about romantic love. I'm just talking about like sometimes when I've met some people abroad, they are instantly your friends.
Yes.
But the Estonians are not instant. So
you have to work for our friendship.
Work for it. So you just gotta give us time, but
we warm up.
A little smile goes a long way. That's what I would say. If you are friendly and show interest, I'm sure it will be fine.
Yeah.
Just don't go to people on the street and like be like, oh, can I be your friend? Although I mean, like, if they're really funny people, they'll probably like laugh and be like, okay. I mean, people are really nice and friendly here and really want to help others, right?
Mostly.
Yeah, so don't be too scared of us. We're okay. We're okay. So the last thing we can talk about is that Airbnb works really well in Estonia.
Yeah, in terms of accommodation, we don't have that many hostels that are really good. We have some, but Airbnb is awesome. It works so well here, so definitely that experience is better than going to a hotel, or it's really hard to find a hostel good one. So,
especially if you want to meet the locals as well, I think that gives you like the door into like, because Airbnb usually you get the local to help you out and like you can get that connection.
Every single time I travel, I really try to find a balance of hostels and Airbnbs, because hostels are great for like mingling and getting a lot of friends who are foreigners as well, and Airbnb is more of you time, so if you want to relax and chill, it makes more sense to take an Airbnb, and usually you get a lot of good like references and ideas from the host, so definitely a good idea.
Yeah, so it works really well here. And considering there's not that many hostels here, so like the used ones, like the cheap ones, then unless you have lots of money, then maybe if you don't want to go to a hotel, you can really use those Airbnbs. So
but
that's it, I think. There's a lot more to tell you guys, but
come here, we'll tell you.
Come to Estonia and experience it yourself. So for today, that's it, and
it was a
go
blast.
and check out her channel as well. I'll put anything important like links. I'll put them down below so that you can find her channel. She's really cute and awesome, so go and follow her. And she is Estonian, so if you want to get Estonian like insight, then especially daily life, she sometimes vlogs.
Very rarely, but for Vlogmas, yes.
She does a Vlogmas right now, so go for it. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, comment down below, and you can like this video if you liked it. And if you're not a subscriber yet, you can subscribe as well.
Press that red button now.
Alright, see you guys!
Bye!